Hello there! My name is Paige and I'm coming at you with a video all about the GoGo Kid phonics courses. And so the aim of the course is for the students to be able to pronounce those key phonics words targeted in each chunk. Now, you also want to make sure all throughout you are using the lesson features, how we can best prepare to have a 5-star class when teaching these lessons. Now, the first thing before we even dive into how to prepare and what to bring to class, let's talk about the aim of these courses. These courses are different from the trial classes and the core courses. The aim of these classes, they are under the supplementary umbrella, meaning they are outside of the core curriculum. Now, parents have high expectations for this additional curriculum, so it's really important that we bring our highest level of professionalism as always, so that parents will give us good reviews, good feedback, will recommend you to others, and your bookings will be high and your business with GoGo Kid will be great. Now, the aim of these lessons is not for students to know the meaning of the vocabulary words, but instead to have the proper pronunciation and the sounds. You also want to notice that the phonics courses are broken into separate phases. There's phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 different levels or phases for students to attend, and each level contains 8 classes. Lessons 4 and lessons 8 are review lessons. In phase 1, the students will learn 23 basic phonemes and they will be able to combine words with 5 vowels such as add, at, and ap. In phase 2, students will learn how to pronounce words that contain consonant sounds such as f, sh, ch, f, and k. The pronunciation of diphthongs as well, like ow and o. In phase 3, students will learn how to pronounce words that contain mixed consonant sounds such as vl, kl, and fl. Ooh, tricky. They get trickier as you go. Notice? And in phase 4, students will learn the pronunciation of complex consonant digraphs such as sure and stir. Yes? See? The complexity of the sounds goes up with each phase. Now, the breakdown is available from lovely Shansong from curriculum, and I'm going to link this resource down below for you. Now, again, the aim of the phonics course is not to let the students know the meaning of the vocabulary, but to teach the sounds and focus on the pronunciation and the students' ability to blend and make new words. This will help them become more fluent readers and will help with their comprehension and understanding further on down the road. You also want to fully utilize all of the course features. There are some sounds, songs, and animations. You will note that there will be some lesson features in the directions of the class that we'll talk about these. And if you have the cursor selected or the pointer on your mouse will change to a hand with a finger over what you will be able to click. For more information about this, I highly recommend you look into the features of the classrooms 2.0 and 3.0 depending on your familiarity with our new classroom. You also want to note the lesson tags. The tags appear in the corner of the PowerPoint and they will just be one letter beforehand. The directions will also still be available in the teacher's directions, but the letters give you a very quick indication of the purpose of the slide, and they are T for teaching, P for practicing, and A for applying or application, where the student should be able to put all of those skills together. So it's really efficient once you know those lesson tags, because then you're going to be able to quickly execute the teacher's directions more efficiently with your familiarity. All right, and finally, you still want to utilize all your best practices, use some props. I have been using my trusty microphone and a whiteboard to show the blending and the sounds. Now, if you want to be advanced, you can utilize some things like a wheel to show the sounds. I know teachers have also made these. You also can utilize flashcards. In the teacher-led collaboration group, there are some flashcards that were made and created by our teacher, Christy, and others who helped collaborate about these. So they have all of the phases, and they're available for you. You can print them. Now, some best practices about flashcards is they are not a substitute for good teaching. They are to add to your teaching. You also want to make sure you're never blocking your mouth when you're teaching the sounds. Whether you're using a whiteboard, whether you're using a stuffed animal to show as an example, or a flashcard, never cover your mouth. You want them to be able to see how you make the sounds of the word. So hold it up. You can also pop it off and on the screen. You can quiz your student really quick. added visuals, that's great, but just know that you also want to lean into your best practices about engaging students, making sure you're bringing a good level of energy to the class, and you're adapting as needed to best suit your students' needs. Again, students and parents are booking these supplementary courses to be an enrichment activity. They really want to perfect their English language skills, and so the expectations are high. So make sure that you are carefully preparing for those courses. There is also a course session breakdown available to you on Freshdesk that was provided by the GoGoKid curriculum department. I'm going to quickly breeze through them, and I'm also going to link this down below. The introduction, you should introduce the lesson to your student. It should take about 1 minute. The warm-up includes a chant is the warm-up activity. You should spend about 30 seconds to a minute on it. Yes, and you're like then minute 2 in the class. Now, the TPA, the teaching, practice, and application of the phonics round 1. This is where you're going to first teach the sounds, then you're going to practice the sounds together with your student, and the student is going to apply their knowledge of it. Now, in each lesson, there will be 3 or 4 letters with their combinations. There will be 3 or 4 letters or letter combinations. Make sure you are utilizing I do, we do, you do with modeling so that you are having a gradual release of responsibility so that as you move from teaching, practice, and application, the student is able to show mastery. This is what's going to make you look really, really good when you're teaching the classes is your ability to move the students towards proficiency in the application parts of the lesson. Now, there's going to be another round of the phonics TPA, and then you're also going to have the high frequency words. After the rounds of phonics practice and the high frequency words introduction, there is going to be a reader. You should be at the reader, from my experience, around 15 to 16 minutes. You want to make sure you're allowing for time. This will allow you to adjust the lesson as needed. Make sure you are also noting in the teacher directions. In the teacher directions, it will tell you if the student should be reading independently or with assistance. You also just want to note your student's level and provide an appropriate level of support. If your student needs more modeling, then do that. You can also recommend that they reread their reader in feedback for extra practice. Now, after the reader, there will be some time for free talk, and there will also be a show time where the student will wrap up and review the lesson. Now, I would like to have the reader from about 15 minutes to about 20 to 22 minutes, and that allows me to have time at the end to make sure my student has a full and complete understanding of the sounds and words we have covered, and we are able to have some extension as necessary. Some extension activities, if you include making sentences with the words, or if you have time to go into the meaning of those words. Again, the meaning of the words is not critical for their mastery of the class, as the class is all about them mastering the sounds and the ability to use the sounds. Now, the lessons will be reviewed. Now, lessons 1, 2, and 3 will be reviewed in phonics lesson 4, and lessons 5, 6, and 7 will be reviewed in lesson 8. Those courses are like an assessment, so lessons 4 and lesson 8 are the review or assessment in the phonics phase levels. So that is it, nice and quick. The entire written table of the phonics breakdown minute by minute and the tips from Shansong are available on Freshdesk down below. If you would like access to the teacher-created materials and resources, these are available in the GoGoKid Supplementary Superstars Facebook group. That Facebook group is not required. You can also find them, they're listed on Teachers Pay Teachers. So if you don't do Facebook, just search in GoGoKid phonics and you can go in on Teachers Pay Teachers and find that material. Now, again, the flashcards are not required. You also want to always use your best practices, a whiteboard, and a microphone and a stuffed animal will take you really far, because you also want to make sure you're bringing your best teaching personality and skills and adapting to your student. That is it as far as GoGoKid phonics lesson preparation. My name is Paige. I hope you found this video helpful. Please, again, read and use all the materials I have listed down below for you. Thank you and happy teaching. Bye.